Hello, I'm Mike Gambardella, and welcome to Pat's Latest. Thanks for joining us today. And before we get started, make sure to subscribe to our channel, give us a like on these videos and all of our previous ones, and make sure to jump in the comments and let us know what you think about the latest that's going on with the New England Patriots and what topics we should be on for future episodes. We'll jump right into it today as we start to look at what Drake Maye has done over at the Pro Bowl. And it's not your father's Pro Bowl anymore. Sean Taylor's not busting through the gap and blowing somebody up. Heck, they don't even wear pads anymore. But it was a chance for New England's rookie quarterback to be around some of the NFL's best. So a great experience for a young quarterback that can't be understated. Drake went viral for a few different things. One, in a photo that he took with the other AFC quarterbacks, Joe Burrow, and with Russell Wilson as well, and looked downright massive, I should say, dwarfing Burrow and underscoring how small Russell Wilson actually is. Not bad for a young kid. And once he actually got onto the field for the flag football portion of it, Drake Maye acquitted himself well. He threw 2 touchdown passes. Yes, he had a couple other picks that went back for touchdowns, but as many people on Twitter on Sunday went after, this is an exhibition. This should not be taken with a wow, take a look at this, or oh my God, how could you take this guy over Bo Nix? That would be an incorrect take. But having a chance for a young quarterback to be around some of the NFL's best, being able to drop back and throw a touchdown pass to Jamar Chase, to throw one to fellow rookie wide receiver Brian Thomas, at least starts to show that the Patriots are on their way if they can start to surround Drake Maye with the correct level of talent. So, all said, a surprise that Drake Maye ends up in the Pro Bowl, not a bad thing for a young player, but more steps need to be taken. And they will be as they continue to move forward. And the Patriots potentially can start to take note from some of the things that have happened in the NBA. The fire alarms went off late last night as the Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks announced an unprecedented deal. And I know we're switching sports, so please stay with me here for a second. But a team that goes to the NBA Finals decides to trade a 25-year-old superstar, one that couldn't get past the Boston Celtics, and there is a few tie-ins here that we'll quickly address. But an absolute shock that you would actually make a move like this. Now, granted, Dallas got back Anthony Davis and a very talented player in his own right, but to give this type of player up in Luka and 1 first-round pick when just a year ago the Boston Celtics traded Marcus Smart and received Kristaps Porzingis, also a former Dallas Maverick, and 2 first-round picks, it is absolutely shocking. I'm sure we're starting to hear things that come out around this, but we include this to say, one, tip of the cap to the Celtics for getting their things together, if you will. But could the Patriots take a page out of this book and think outside of the box? And on an earlier episode, and what Jeremy Fowler said kind of in the offseason start was that there are several teams that could look to move on from potential game changers. And in the NFL right now, those are wide receivers. They are in big demand, and one of those is Tyreek Hill. Now, comes with his own baggage. Luka may have some issues with conditioning and playing defense. Tyreek may have some off the field things, or maybe just having too big of a personality. But could the Patriots look to say, hey, can we make a splash and do the things that could help put our rookie, now second-year quarterback, in position to make a huge leap? As long as the Patriots are open to these types of things, I think there is no harm in that, and they should continue to think outside the box. They're doing things that are by the book right now, being at the Senior Bowl, recruiting and scouting players, and going through that entire process. But could they take a step further to say, hey, maybe somebody's thinking that it's not worth our time? We've seen it work out with Randy Moss in the past. Could these types of deals and things come to fruition? And they are a lot easier when you have the culture built around it. Now, the pressure will be on Mike Vrabel to be able to do that, to set up for a potential deal, or potentially send some people out of town. We mentioned in the last episode that Mike Vrabel's not afraid to come in and identify the weak links and weed out those people who are not completely bought in. So one way or the other, don't be surprised if the wild trades of the NBA start to find their way over to the NFL. Also, speaking about Mike Vrabel's staff, most of it has been put in place. Maybe some titles still need to be officially assigned, but wide receiver coach is one that is still open for the New England Patriots, and a name that continues to be thrown around is Wes Welker. The former All-Pro has been a wide receiver coach for the past few years, was with the San Francisco 49ers from 2019 to 2021, and has been with the Miami Dolphins since 2022. The reason that this could end up working, because Mike Vrabel has shown the propensity to go after the previous coaches that he had while at Tennessee, his wide receiver coach, Rob Moore, is actually under contract with the Carolina Panthers. Similarly, Josh McDaniels' go-to wide receiver coach, Chad O'Shea, who was with the New England Patriots for a very long time, is also with the Cleveland Browns. So the two guys that they would necessarily go to are not there, and would make an easy transition for someone like Wes Welker to come in, knowing the system that Josh McDaniels wants to run, and also being a heck of a mentor for guys like Pop Douglas, Keyshawn Boutte, Jalen Polk, Jalen Baker, and any other young talent that comes in for the New England Patriots. So, could it be great to see Wes Welker back on the sidelines? Absolutely. We'll see what Mike Vrabel wants to do with this specific hire, because he does always want to put his spin on it. But could be potentially seeing a familiar name back on the sidelines for the Patriots. Unfortunately, there will be a familiar name that potentially will not be on the sidelines for the Patriots. Matthew Slater, the longtime captain for the New England Patriots and just upstanding human being all around, looks like he will not be retained on Mike Vrabel's staff. Served as a special assistant to the head coach for Gerard Mayo last season. After retiring from the game, found his way back onto the sideline with the Patriots, but it's being reported that Slate will not be back, at least in that role, and likely with Mike Vrabel kind of putting everybody in place for his staff. Unfortunately, it leaves Slate as the odd man out. Wouldn't say that he wouldn't necessarily be able to find a way back in the door. I know that Robert Kraft would love to find that opportunity for him to do so. But now, as he's putting Mike Vrabel fully into power and letting Elliott Wolf put his stamp on the program here as well, Matthew Slater will take a step back from that special assistant to the head coach role and see if anything else potentially comes to fruition. If it does not, I would love to just say thank you to Matt Slater for everything he's done both on the field and off of it, and setting the sterling example for players, coaches, and people all around. We could all be a better New England Patriot from watching Matthew Slater. That'll do it for us here on the latest edition of Pat's Latest. Again, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Throw a comment in on what you thought about today's topics, what you'd like to see us go on in the future, and be sure to give us a few likes while you're at it. We'll be back with another one for you. Until then, fight on, Foxborough.